Welcome back to Crypto Intel, the channel where we break down the crypto market with clear analysis, real insights, and the latest developments shaping the future of digital finance. Right now, there is one level on HBAR that could change everything. Not just a small move, not just short-term volatility, but a level that could trigger a reaction across the entire market. And the most interesting part, almost no one is paying attention to it. Because when markets are quiet, people stop looking deeper. They wait for movement, they wait for headlines. But by the time that happens, the move has already started. So today we're going to break everything down. We'll talk about why this level matters, what typically happens when key levels are tested, what scenarios could play out for HBAR, and why this moment could be more important than it looks. And if you enjoy crypto analysis, market insights, and deep dives into promising blockchain projects, make sure to subscribe to Crypto Intel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. Let's start with something important. Markets are driven by levels, not random numbers, but areas where buyers and sellers interact. These levels act as decision points. When price approaches them, the market reacts. Sometimes it rejects, sometimes it breaks, and sometimes it creates a fake move before choosing direction. Now, here's where things get interesting. The more times a level is tested, the more important it becomes. Because each test builds pressure, and eventually, that pressure has to release. Now let's connect this to HBAR. Right now, HBAR is approaching a key zone, a level where price has reacted before, a level where decisions were made in the past. And when price returns to these areas, history doesn't repeat exactly, but behavior often rhymes. Now the key question is, what happens if this level breaks? Let's talk about the first scenario, a clean breakout. If price breaks above this level with momentum, it can trigger a strong move upward. Why? Because traders watching the level enter positions. Short sellers close their trades, and momentum starts building. This is where things can accelerate quickly. Now let's talk about the second scenario, rejection. If price fails to break and gets pushed down, the market can move lower. This is where uncertainty increases, and where many traders get caught on the wrong side. But there is a third scenario, and this is the one most people overlook. A fake breakout. Price moves above the level, gives the impression of a breakout, and then reverses. This is where the word shock becomes relevant. Because fake moves create the strongest reactions. They catch people off guard, they create emotion, and they often lead to sharp reversals. Now let's talk about why this matters. Because levels are not just technical, they are psychological. They represent expectations. And when expectations are broken, the market reacts. Now let's bring fundamentals into the picture. Hedera is positioned as infrastructure for real-world applications. It uses Hashgraph, offering speed, efficiency, and scalability. And while fundamentals don't control short-term moves, they influence long-term perception. If perception shifts, valuation can follow. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where most investors struggle. They wait for confirmation, they wait for clarity, they wait for the move. But the reality is, by the time the move is obvious, a large part of it is already gone. This is why levels matter, because they give you context, not certainty, but context. Now let's bring everything together. We have a key level being approached, increasing pressure, multiple possible outcomes, and a market that is not fully paying attention. This creates a situation where the next move could surprise people. Now, does this mean a massive move is guaranteed? No, and it's important to stay realistic. HBAR is still competing with major ecosystems like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, and others. There is no guarantee of outperformance, but ignoring key levels can be a mistake. Because this is where decisions happen. This is where momentum starts, and this is where opportunities are created. In my opinion, HBAR is entering a phase where the market is approaching a critical point. Not obvious yet, but close. And when that point is reached, the reaction could be strong. So the real question is, what happens when HBAR hits this level? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you expect a breakout, rejection, or a fake move? And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more crypto analysis, market insights, and deep dives into promising blockchain projects, don't forget to subscribe to Crypto Intel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.